Here is a message from someone from Core who's gotten their account banned. Your account has been disabled for not following Facebook's advertising guidelines. For this reason, we will be unable to reactivate your account either. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Please consider this decision final. Okay, so you might be thinking, oh, okay, if I get my ad account banned, I can just make a new ad account. Haha, I got one over you, Facebook. Well, if Facebook finds out you're running ads again, which they will disable your new ad account as well. You can't create a new personal account because Facebook doesn't allow fake or duplicate personal accounts. So by watching this whole entire video, you're gonna know in detail how to not get your account banned, and you're going to know the ins and outs of the Facebook advertising policy. What's going on, everybody? It's Aaron here with another video, and in this video I'm just going to go through the evergreen, the most important thing you need to know about Facebook advertising, the advertising policies. If you do not follow these advertising policies, Facebook will ban you without hesitation. I've seen it happen to people before. It personally hasn't happened to me because I took the time to read through all these different policies, and I'm going to sum it up for you guys here in one nice, neat little package. So be sure to leave a like on this video if you're going to follow these advertising policies. If you don't like this video, you're going to run the risk of not following these advertising policies and getting your ad account banned. And you might be thinking, oh, there are some types of advertisements which you may think you should be able to do on Facebook, but you actually can't due to reasons that I'll explain in this video. So be sure to stay for this whole entire video so you don't miss a single thing. I also included a link in the description that leads right to this webpage if you want to read it yourself. But if you want a thorough understanding of everything and you want me to explain all these policies and rules and what Facebook means by them, because some of them are confusing, be sure to stay to the end of this video. Understanding our policies. Our advertising policies provide guidance on what type of ad content are allowed. When advertisers place an order, which is when you submit your ad to get reviewed, each ad is reviewed against these policies. If you think your ad was mistakenly disapproved, please let us know. And these are the common points of confusions that they see people make mistakes on, so I will go in detail with those when I get to them. So what is overall the ad review process? So pretty much when you submit an ad, Facebook's going to look at it and just pretty much make sure that it follows all these advertising policies. If it follows all these advertising policies, then you're good to go. And it'll make sure that your ad's images, text, targeting, and positioning, in addition to the contents of your landing page. This means you can't just have a nice Facebook ad and then have a landing page that's completely different from the ad itself. You can't pull the 1-2 trickaroo type of thing. You have to make sure that the landing page that your ad sends them to is fully functional and matches the product or service that you offer on the ad. So this is like, for example, like if you're trying to sell a chair with an ad, the landing page should be, here's the chair sales page or whatever. So this is just saying once your ad is reviewed, you'll receive a notification. So if it gets disapproved, usually Facebook sometimes will give you a good reason why it's disapproved, sometimes they won't. And just to let you know, the more disapproved ads you have, that's another like check mark on, oh, we should look at his account, maybe we should ban his account. They're gonna find any reason that they possibly can to ban you so that they have more space for advertisers who actually follow these advertising policies. So if your ad is disapproved, you can edit it. Usually they'll tell you why. And then once you fix that edit, you can submit it for another review. And then you can also appeal your decision if you can't edit it, if there was a mistake made. Prohibited content is literally, you can't advertise these products or services on Facebook. No ifs, ands, or buts. Your ads are going to immediately get disapproved. So number one is you can't violate the community standards. So pretty much the community standards are, let's take a look at them. Okay, so these community standards, so I'm not going to go through this because this video is probably going to already be long enough. So pretty much as long as you don't incentivize violence, safety, objectionable content, all this other stuff, you can read this on your own, but we're going to stick with the advertising policy. So pretty much just don't be a meanie when you're advertising on Facebook. You can't do any illegal products or services. That's very self-explanatory. And for the most part, the self-explanatory things are self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go into it. But for some other topics that aren't really self-explanatory, I do plan on explaining it. So discriminatory practices, so you can't discriminate people based on ethnicity, color, origin, race, sex, etc. You can't sell tobacco products. So, and then you can click learn more if you do want to know. So if you do want to know about more in depth with these rules, you can click learn more. Do ads that are connecting people to tobacco related interest, as long as the service doesn't lead to the sale of tobacco. So it could just be like blogs about tobacco, but as long as you're not trying to sell tobacco to anyone on Facebook, then you should be good. Drugs or drug related products, unsafe supplements like steroids. So I'm sorry, you excessive meatheads, you can't sell tren on Facebook. Weapons or ammunition or explosives, so you can't promote the sale of guns or explosive or anything like that. Adult products or services, no X-rated things on Facebook, because people don't go on Facebook to look at X-rated things. They'll go on other sites to do it. You can, however, have ads for contraception, but as long as you only target people that are 18 and older. So some of these things you can do, but you have to make sure that your targeting follows the rules that Facebook puts onto place. So with adult content, which like I was saying before, no XX rated stuff, because people don't want to go on a Facebook and see that. So this can be kind of iffy if you're trying to sell, let's say, bikinis, and the perfect thing to do is just have a model in a bikini. So as long as there's not really any nudity or there's nothing really suggestive, it's worth a shot to try. If anything, it just gets disapproved, and then you just never do it again. Third-party infringement. So that means just don't take someone else's images and use it in your ad, because that violates the rights of any third party with copyright, trademark, privacy, publicity, etc., etc. And then you can actually port intellectual property if you see someone else using what you're using. Sensational content. So ads cannot contain shocking, sensational, disrespectful, or excessively violent content. So pretty much just nothing that's way too shocking, or nothing like a guy getting punched in the face and then you see blood and teeth coming out. So it's something like that. Personal attributes is actually one that is very, very important, and this is what a lot of advertisers don't really know. So definitely pay attention to this. Ads must not contain content that asserts or implies personal attributes. This includes direct or indirect assertions or implication about a person's race, gender, ethnicity, etc., or medical condition, physical, financial status, membership of a trade union, crime record, or name. So, for example, you can't say, are you over 300 pounds and do you feel depressed every day? You can get around this if you say like a goal they can attain. So, for example, instead of saying, are you 300 pounds and are you sad? You can possibly say something like, are you ready for a workout challenge for the most part? You could say something like that, but you can't make a personal attribute. You can't directly call out a negative attribute about a person. This is because Facebook wants to create a really positive environment, and if people see negative things about them on Facebook, they're not going to want to go on Facebook. So this is a really good advertising policy that they have, because it pretty much makes sure that everyone feels good about themselves and feels sad or hurt about themselves in any way. Misleading or false content. So like I was saying before, you can't have an advertisement about a chair and then lead to an ad about a landing page about trampolines. It has to make sure that it connects in some way. Facebook's gonna disapprove to ban your account, the 1-2 really quick. So controversial content. So ads must not contain content that exploits controversial political or social issues for commercial engagement. So that means you can't say something about, the current political heat. You can't use it for a commercial purpose for whatever. You can possibly have a blog post that can lead into that. You can't be profiting from a controversial issue. A non-functional landing page, that's obvious. Surveillance equipment. So this one's a very interesting one. You can't promote the use of spy cams, mobile phone trackers, and other hidden services. Grammar and profanity. So you must make sure that, if you have a spelling mistake here and there, Facebook's not going to ban your account. But as long as your grammar is all well, then you should be good. And you can't use profanity as well. So I just want to go on to the learn more with grammar and profanity, because that means you can't do stuff like this. And you can't, I don't know what that is. That's what Facebook's trying to do. You can't literally use bad words, and you can't even use symbols and stuff. This will probably catch a lot of people as well, because people will be like, oh, I can't curse, but I can use this. But You can't get away with that. Facebook has thought of it. Non-existent functionality. Ads must not contain images that portray non-existent functionality. This includes imagery related to play buttons, notifications, or checkboxes. So that means your ad can't, like in this example right here, it explains it perfectly. You can't have a play button that's part of the picture of your ad. And you can't have, anything that notifies a button or a checkbox or whatever. But you can have something like this. These are just words on the bottom because people aren't going to really type that. So now we're on to number 19, personal health. So you can't have before and after images. So unfortunately, if you're a gym or a weight loss company, you can't have, oh, this is what the person looked before and this is what the person looked after, because again, this creates a negative self-perception, like Facebook says. Payday loans, paycheck advances, or bail bonds. You can't promote any of those things. Multi-level marketing. So this is one that you've probably seen a lot. So pretty much if you've tried to do affiliate marketing and you've tried to lead directly from a Facebook ad to someone else's product page, then Facebook will consider that multi-level marketing, even though you're doing really affiliate marketing. Facebook really doesn't allow that. If you want to do affiliate marketing, you have to do a Facebook ad to a squeeze page. And then from that squeeze page, you get their email, and then you can send them emails to get them to buy that other person's product. Penny auctions. So I'm sorry, I forget what the penny auction site that I know is called, but that's why you don't see Facebook ads for them, because they can't do it. Counterfeit documents. You can't promote fake documents, passports, and immigration papers. Low quality or disruptive content. This is the most important. If your ad is just bad in general, if your ad is just terrible, as in it has it's unrelated, a low quality ad score, and it's just overall you're getting a lot of negative feedback about it, this is what's going to cause Facebook to actually ban your account. Low quality or disruptive content. I mean, all of Facebook ads are disruptive, but as long as your ad is at least semi-decent, you should be fine. You can't have misleading ad positioning, such as over-sensationalization headlines or prompts for users to inauthentically interact with the ad. So pretty much you just can't have clickbait on Facebook ads. If you do, Facebook will see it, disapprove your ad. Even if it gets through, you're going to get banned. Sorry. So spyware, malware. Ads cannot contain spyware, malware, any other software that results in an unexpected or deceptive experience. These include links to sites containing these products. So make sure your site is virus-free. Facebook will know, and they'll probably just immediately ban your account if you try to do something like that. Automatic animation. So pretty much you can't have like a video playing before a person clicks on your ad. I'm not sure how to do that, but if people found a way to do that, then don't do it. Unauthorized streaming devices. Ads must not promote products or items that facilitate or encourage unauthorized access to digital media. You can't have an ad that runs to, an illegal movie or something like that. So you can't have that. Circumventing systems. This one's a big one. Ads must not use tactics intended to circumvent our ad review process or other enforcement systems. This includes techniques that attempt to disguise the ad's content or destination page. Let's actually learn more on this. So pretty much with this, you can't do anything to try to get around Facebook, because Facebook's gonna be like, okay, if I can't access your site, ban, immediate ban. I'm sorry, like you're getting banned. This one's funny. The sale of body parts. Sorry, you can't sell organs, livers, or hearts, human organ, livers, or hearts on Facebook. And you can't sell people's fluids. So restricted content is content that you can promote, but you kind of just have to hop through some hoops and make sure that you're compliant with these rules, and then you should be good to go. So alcohol. Ads that promote or reference alcohol must comply with all applicable local laws, required or established industry code, guidelines, license approval. So pretty much be sure that it follows all the local, federal, and every single rule. And note that if you're in these countries listed here, you can't even sell alcohol. Dating. Ads for online dating services are only allowed with prior written permission. These must adhere to the dating target requirements, which Facebook lays out, and you have to fill out a form for the most part. Real money gambling. So any sort of gambling, for the most part, you make sure you just target people 18 or older who are in a jurisdiction where you're actually allowed to gamble. State lotteries. So lotteries run by government entities may advertise on Facebook provided the targeting is in the jurisdiction that you're allowed to serve. Online pharmacies. Ads for online and offline pharmacies are only permitted with prior written permission. Promotion of over-the-counter drugs. Ads that promote over-the-counter drugs must comply with the local laws. So pretty much a lot of these is just they must comply with Facebook or comply with the local laws, and then you should be good. Subscription services, again, you just have to make sure you comply with everything. You have to go to Facebook, ask for their permission. Financial products, same thing. You can only target specific people. So branded content. Ads promoting branded content must be tagged the featured third-party product, brand, or business partner using that content tool. So there is a setting on the Facebook page which goes through branding content. I'm not going to go into that much detail with it, but be sure just to follow the rules of the branded content. So again, ads about social issues, elections, and politics, you have to go into Facebook and, get permission to run these ads. Same thing here, same thing here. Cryptocurrency without written permission. Cryptocurrency, you need written permission. Drugs and alcohol treatment, again, you need permission. Weight loss and product plans. If you're doing this, make sure you're targeting people over 18 years old. All the restricted content is you need Facebook's permission, or you can target people who are 18 and over. If you or one of your clients is running ads for this restricted content, be sure to get the permission on Facebook, and I'm sure that you should be all handy dandy when it comes to that. Video ads. So let's start with disruptive content. Videos and other similar ad types must not use overly disruptive tactics. Overly disruptive. So you can use disruptive, but not overly disruptive, such as flashing screens for the most part. Entertainment related restrictions. So make sure you target people who are 18 years old. Entertainment related restrictions. So pretty much if you have a movie trailer, TV show, video game, or other content for a mature audience, make sure you get written permission from Facebook and you target people who are 18 and older, and it includes these. So targeting. So this is just pretty much you can't use the targeting options in a malicious way. So you can't use the advertising to discriminate, harass, provoke, disparage users, or to engage in predatory advertising practices. And then if you do it to the custom audience, you have to make sure you read those terms, the applicable terms. So pretty much don't use targeting in a bad way. You will be fine. Positioning, the relevance, all ad components, including text, images, and other media, must be relevant to your website or your product, that service that your audience is viewing. Accuracy, make sure your ads clearly representing your company, product, or service. So don't try to hide it. Don't try to be sneaky mobiki and hide who you are. Be out in the open. That's the point of advertising. And like I said before, make sure your landing page is functional and it matches what you're promoting. Text in the ad images. If you have more text in your image, it's going to reach fewer people and not run at all. So pretty much with this, you want to make sure your image has 20% or less text. The less text, the better. Because the more text you have, the higher chance that Facebook's going to show fewer and fewer people. And that's going to end up costing you money. So lead ads. So pretty much, I've talked about lead ads before in the past. And you can't ask questions that ask for people's account numbers, criminal history, financial information, government-issued identifiers, health, insurance, political affiliation, race, religion, sexual orientation, template questions. So with template questions, you can't use a similar question that you could have used a template question for. So what does that exactly mean? So that means is you just use the date of birth template question that Facebook already has. You can't make a new form and just be like birthday here, whatever. Trade union membership, usernames or passwords. So just don't ask for the really sensible stuff. And for the most part, you're just going to really need their name, phone number, email. Use of our brand assets. So this is why a lot of people get their ads disapproved and not really know why. So ads must not imply a Facebook or Instagram endorsement or partnership of any kind or any endorsement by any other Facebook company. So pretty much you can't be like, if you want to learn Facebook ads, click here, because Facebook's going to be like, hey, we're Facebook. We're not associated with you. This ad is disapproved. You mostly get disapproved for this, and you can get around this by putting on your landing page and on your ad that Facebook is not involved with you in any way, shape, or form, and that your business, your service is not associated with Facebook. Brand usage in ads. Ads linking to Facebook or Instagram content, including pages, group events, or sites that uses Facebook login, may make limited reference to Facebook or Instagram in ad text for the purpose of clarifying the destination of the ad. So you can say something like, click here to fill out this Facebook lead ad. That makes sense because they are going to lead ad onto Facebook. So ads should not represent the Facebook brand in any way that makes it more distinctive or a prominent feature of the creative. So pretty much just say, click here to go to this Facebook group. That's it. Facebook brand assets should not be modified in any way. So that means you can't change the color of it. So you can't make the Facebook icon from blue to red, something like that. Or you can't use it in special animation. You make sure you don't use their copyrights or their trademarks, because if you do, trust me, Facebook is going to know that and you will get banned. So pretty much when you're using the user interface of the screenshots, it must accurately depict what it actually does look like from what if the person actually does click on the ad. And you can't modify the UI in any way, shape, or form. So we're almost done here. Make sure you comment and click a like if you've made it this far. Data use restrictions. So since Facebook has a lot of data and gives you access to all of this data, these are just rules to say that you're not going to use this data in any malicious way. You're not going to share it with someone else. Pretty much you're not going to use it in some bad way. That's what pretty much all of this is saying. And also, it's just saying here that don't use Facebook advertising, don't use the data of Facebook to try to find and target one person. Because if you will, your account will immediately get banned. This is also very important. With the data and the information you collect on Facebook, don't give it to any other ad network, any data broker, or any other online advertising, or any other advertising or monetization related service. So pretty much just don't sell the data that you get from Facebook. And trust me, Facebook will know. They're $1 billion company. They look out for these things. So things you should know are pretty much just small things that you should know about using Facebook ads in general. So this is just pretty much, these are the advertising policy, and it applies to this AAA, IAB terms and conditions. You advertisers are responsible for understanding and complying with all applicable laws and regulation. So don't break the law. This is also like Facebook's kind of like disclaimer. We do not use sensitive personal data for ad targeting, which is great. So pretty much if anyone's like, Facebook's collecting all this data on me, just show them this rule and then you can just shut them up. But topics you choose for targeting your ad does not reflect the personal beliefs, characteristics, or value of people who use Facebook or Instagram. I mean, that's just saying, just because someone likes Zillow doesn't mean that they're going to actually want to buy a house for the most part. That's pretty much just all they're saying. Once displayed, ads are public information. So pretty much once you have an ad, it's out there on the internet. It can get shared. A lot of different things can happen to it. So this means Facebook's going to pretty much always have your ad. If it's a political ad, it might be displayed in the ad archive. This means that Facebook may display it at no cost to you to provide access to the ad's content and creative, as well as information about the ad campaign, etc., for a period of 7 years from the completion of your order. Facebook may disclose your advertising content and all the information associated with your advertising. So if you're doing political ads, I guess you would want this because you would want more public fame, but just know that people are going to pretty much just going to be able to know the type of ads you run and your data, etc. And this one's also pretty important. If you're managing ads on behalf of other advertisers, each advertiser or client must be managed to their own separate ad account. You must not change the advertiser or client associated with an established ad account. Set up a new account. You are responsible for ensuring that each advertiser complies with these advertising policies. And this one's the last one. This one's like, you better play in my playground or else I don't care, you're gonna get banned. Facebook can do whatever they want. They reserve the right to reject, approve, remove any ad for any reason whatsoever. They don't have to give you explanation. They can do what they want. Remember, you're in Facebook's playground. They're not in your playground. And it also says these policies are subjugated to change at any time without notice. So make sure you keep your eye out on these policies. So that is the Facebook ad privacy policy. So now that you know all the rules with your privacy policy, click on the video up there so you can learn in detail about all the Facebook ad objectives and how to run your now approved ads that follow all the advertising policy guidelines to the right marketing objectives. I'll see you guys in that video.